Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie, your average 20-something-year-old working as data scientist in tech and living in Toronto, specifically one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Toronto, downtown Toronto by the financial district. I do want to preface that Toronto is one of the most expensive cities you can live in Canada, if not the most expensive, depending on what ranking system you're looking at and what criteria they are using. Toronto and Vancouver are definitely the two cities that are competing against each other for the #1 spot. I do have some ground rules I want to set for this video, but first let's get started with day 1. Starting the week with Saturday just because next week is Easter weekend. I have both Friday and the following Monday off. I don't think a week with a 4-day weekend would be a very accurate portrait of what I actually spend in a typical week, just because my spending is a bit higher when I'm not working, and I've been thinking about filming this video for a while now, so we're going to start this week off with Saturday. Food is one of the major expenses that I have, and it's actually really hard to calculate the unit cost of the amount of cream cheese I am putting on my bagel this morning. So I'm going to add the cost of all the homemade meals together at the end as part of the total grocery spending. I do also buy things in bulk at Costco to save money on ordinary things once in a while. This bagel, for example, came from a pack of 18 Montreal-style bagels from Costco. And in case you're wondering, the solution to finish the amount of food sufficient enough to feed a 6-person's family with only my boyfriend and I before they go bad is to freeze everything. The first thing on my agenda today is to head to the driving range. I only started learning how to swing a golf club this past year as an alternative to exercising other than going to the gym. I also see it as a social hangout activity that I do with my friends together. Full disclosure, I will admit that golfing is indeed a very expensive sport, I'm not going to lie. But I really did enjoy going to indoor simulators and Golf Dome this past winter as sort of a get myself out of the house activity when there really isn't much to do in the cold for people like me who don't ski here in Canada. This driving range collects charges based on the amount of time that you spend on a mat. So I went with 2 other people. The 3 of us shared 2 mats for about 45 minutes. And the total for the 3 of us with 13% tax came out to be $43.13. And so for each of us, that equals to $14.37 per person. That one is busy.
How do I deal with what I'm feeling? Maybe I just don't. What you're doing, I'm in ruins, all alone. I'm all alone, and I know nothing to do helps me forget about you. You just came out of the blue. If you only knew. Let's sit and have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. Go to a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love.
So I just got back from my volunteer shift. I volunteer at the Humane Society on the weekends. It's really fun. We have cat visitor hours, and I'm a cat person, and we're talking to potential cat adopters. Obviously, this activity is free. I think the only cost is gas, which I will include at the end of the video in bulk, just because I get gas maybe once a month kind of thing. Now I'm going to my Pilates class. So I am just starting out on Pilates. I took 1 class before. I'm taking advantage of their new student special. So it's 4 classes that I have to take within 2 weeks period for a total of $99. For this week, this is my first class of the 4-class pack. So it is $25. And before I go, I want to grab a bite to eat. Last time I had something was maybe at 10 or 11. I'm going to a Tim Hortons on the way. And yeah. We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. at Tim Hortons now. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get a croissant or a blueberry muffin. Let's see.
Hi there.
Hi. Can I get the fruit explosion muffin, please?
Thank you, right, sir.
Thank you. Fruit explosion muffins. I don't think I've ever had one before.
That's your muffin.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna park here while I eat my food because apparently eating is considered distracted driving now in Canada. This is really good. Okay, so if you're wondering, Maggie, what is your opinion on paying for these seemingly overpriced meal kit delivery services? The short answer is I don't think it's worth to pay for the full price of a box. The long answer is I can't see the appeal of why people use it. I can see, for example, busy professionals who don't have the time to go grocery shopping on a regular basis and still want a homemade meal, or a working mom feeding a family of 4. These are just examples I can think of right now, but I can definitely see why people are using them. The reason why we're using it this week is because we got a coupon discount code from my boyfriend's company that we thought we would use. And let's take a look at their prices, shall we? So for the pricing plan for a full box without coupon code, that includes 3 meals a week for 2 people, come out to be $82.99 total. That includes $10 shipping and all the meal cost, ingredient cost, and recipe costs. But it does come out to $13.83 per person per meal that you're paying and also cooking for. That is a lot. At this price point, I think there are a lot of great takeout alternatives. Not too many options, but enough that you don't have to eat the same burrito for dinner every day. And for our box this week, we got 4 meals for 2 people. We had a coupon of about 30% off. So the total of the box comes out to be $66.08. Each individual portion for each person is $8.26, which I think is reasonable when my schedule gets busy, but everybody's different. Everybody's experience in Toronto is different. So just keep in mind that everything is relative. The total for day 1 comes out to be $53.00. I know this is a lot without taking into account for rent, groceries, transportation, and utilities, but I do recognize my expenses are a bit higher on weekends when I'm out and about doing things versus working from home weekdays. Okay, so a few ground rules for this video. Number 1, as you can see from day 1 that I will only account for expenses as they occur in the timeline. Ground rule number 2, for larger things like rent, groceries, utilities, and transportation, they are a bit harder to account for on a daily basis, so I will include them at the end of this video before adding up the grand total for the week. Rule number 3, everything listed in this video is in Canadian dollars. I will convert them to other currencies for reference at the end, again, when I do the grand total. But for now, keep in mind that $1 is $1.35 Canadian, €1 is $1.47 Canadian, and £1 is $1.68 Canadian. One last thing before we move on to day 2 that I just want to reiterate one last time, that living in Toronto can get quite expensive and the salaries are somewhat adjusted to the cost of living here. Even in different neighborhoods in Toronto, the cost of living can change drastically as well. These are just my costs at this point in my life. Everybody's different. And let's get right back into it. Today is Sunday, so I'm making coffee at home and then I'm going out for brunch with friends. We're also going to this adult arcade room-ish place afterwards, after brunch. What more episodes are there? Like 3 more before the altar?
It was like 5.
Yeah.
When Irina comes back, it'll be good.
Arena's coming back? Oh. Oh, if she's invited.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll come. She's part of the show. Maybe Josh.
After brunch, we went to an arcade place. It had various rooms and challenges with different types of games that were designed for a group of 3 to 5 people. Come to think of it, it's actually a really good business model. To build one of these facilities, you need a relatively big physical space to set up all the rooms, but most of their recurring expenses other than rent are probably just software updates and staff. Anyways, the admission fee was $25 plus tax per person, which gave us access to all the game rooms for 75 minutes. This was our first time coming here, but I would definitely come back here with friends again. I do feel like a kid saying this. On our way home, we did stop for some ice cream. My strawberry blizzard came out to be $6.43. My last expense of the day was going for a grocery run. For this grocery haul, the total amount came out to be $81.27. My boyfriend and I are splitting this cost equally, which comes out to be $40.64 for my portion for the week. I thought I would give an estimate at the very end for groceries, but I actually think this grocery round was a really good representation of what our grocery bill looks like on the weeks we get HelloFresh as supplements for meals. I wish I kept the receipt to be able to tell you guys what the most expensive item on the list was, especially with all the crazy inflations going on right now. But if I would have to guess, it would probably be the chicken thighs, and I was actually able to gather from the footage that the pack of chicken thigh costed about $14. The total for day 2 is $102.20. It's a big number, I know, but this includes this week's groceries and my weekend outings. I see where you're coming from. With what you had. It is currently 1:30 p.m. on a Monday. I am just taking a break from work right now. I heated up my lunch. I'm having the leftover from last night's dinner, the chicken and eggplant mixture. There is not really any chicken left, but I am totally okay with that. So yeah, I am working from home today. I fully do not plan on going out today. I'm just so ready to be in my sweater all day. I don't think I'm going to incur any additional cost today. I had avocado toast and cottage cheese for breakfast. I made coffee at home. For dinner, I probably will be making HelloFresh actually. So there will be the cost for HelloFresh. Yeah, other than that, I think it's going to be a very cozy Monday. I spent the afternoon working from home. When my boyfriend came home, we made another HelloFresh for dinner. We made these ricotta and mushroom flatbreads and added some bacon to it on my boyfriend's insistence. This actually came out so delicious. HelloFresh was the only expense on this day, so that comes out to $8.26 for Monday. Good morning, it is currently Tuesday, 8:13 a.m. I'm just going to do some content work on my laptop before starting my work day. Usually Tuesdays, we as a team go into the office together. That's one day of the week where we all work in the office. But this week my manager's not going to be there, so we decided to also I'll just stay home because it is a short week. It would be really nice to be able to work from home for the entire week. Cost-wise, that just means I will be saving my lunch money. So usually when I do go to work, I get lunch out. There are just so many options around downtown Toronto where I can grab a quick bite. I do think that I would be bringing lunch to work if I have to go in every day or 3 times a week, because we only go in 1 time a week. I think I'm just gonna let myself splurge on lunch out. They usually cost around $15 to $25 depending on sort of where you go. And I also don't have any transportation cost for work because it's only a 15-minute walk away. So that's very nice. This is the final product. I don't think it looks nearly as good as what they showed in the picture, my plating skills, but let's give it a try. Not bad. Hi, can I place an order for pickup, please?
Sure. What is that order?
Can I get the daily specials, dynamite maki and salmon sushi?
Sure.
And also the teriyaki bento, but with bulgogi. And that's all. On Wednesday morning, I had my second Pilates class of the week. Because of a new student package, this came out to be the same price as my last class, which was $27.97. I signed up for the 7:30 a.m. slot because I've been meaning to get up early and have more time in the day and be more productive in general. I am pretty surprised I did get up and actually felt pretty good about it. This Pilates studio is a 10-minute drive from my apartment or a 30-minute walk. I think I'll probably walk more often when the weather here in Toronto gets a bit warmer. But for now, I will stick to driving, and it was pouring rain when I was leaving the house. Pilates is one of my bigger expenses for the week, and I've come to justify it just because I want to prioritize my health more overall. Being healthy is actually one of my most important goals on my 5-year goals list. I have experienced a lot of back pain from just sitting in front of a computer coding all day, and I know that going to the massage therapist every week is not sustainable. So I'm gonna try and change this narrative by incorporating more movement that I actually enjoy, such as Pilates, golf, or tennis. I don't have any additional food costs today other than groceries. I worked from home. For lunch, I made tomato soup, something that I ate growing up and probably eat at least twice a week for lunch now if I'm working from home. So the total for Wednesday is just Pilates class that comes out to be $27.97. It's currently 10:30 on Thursday evening. My boyfriend and I, we just got out of his grandparents' house. They were gracious enough to host us family dinner for Easter weekend, so we didn't have to spend any money on dinner today. Dinner was very good.
It was very good.
We had beef brisket with mashed potatoes and carrots and broccoli, and beforehand we also had like soup, salad, and we had dessert, blueberry lemon cake. It was this whole thing, very adult-like, that we don't do ourselves.
More than we're used to.
Like 4-course dinner plus wine. Was very nice. Now we're heading home, but we have to make one very necessary stop. We're gonna get bubble tea because so his grandparents live in Markham, and for those of you who don't live in Toronto, Markham is an ethnic enclave for the Asian communities, and so they have very, very good bubble tea, a really big selection. A lot of them are chains from Taiwan, Hong Kong, where it's originated from. So we're gonna go get some bubble
I just
tea.
wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna have fun, clap my hands.
What did you get?
Good news and bad news.
Uh-oh.
Passion fruit green tea, but they're out of tapioca.
Oh no. What did you get of it?
So I substitute tapioca with aloe, and it's aloe and pineapple jelly and passion fruit seed. It was $7.35 because we're sharing this, so it's going to be what, $3 something.
You're charging me half
on the screen.
I just wanna pop, pop, turn around, and I just wanna pop, turn around, dance.
Thank you.
Where are we going today?
I was testing Hamilton area. We're looking at all trails.
Yours. Now that the week is over, let's add up all the costs and see how much we've actually spent in a week. So far, the amount of money I've spent on food, that includes groceries, takeout, HelloFresh, drinks, come out to be $151.57. All the other activities such as workout class or a game with friends was $98.56. That brings to a total of $250.13 for the week. Now, there are other expenses I haven't mentioned because it just makes more sense to calculate them on a weekly basis rather than daily. That include rent, utilities, and car expenses, and let's go through them. The first one, and probably the biggest category of my expense for the week, is rent in Toronto. My boyfriend and I share a 2-bedroom apartment by the waterfront. It is about 950 square feet that we pay $3,100 for per month. We locked this price down during COVID and think it's actually an extremely good deal for luxury high-rise apartments like this in downtown Toronto, especially given the amount of space that we have, the gorgeous view that we have outside of our window, and the prime location. My boyfriend and I can both work from anywhere, but if we do decide to go to work, it's only a 15-minute walk for each of us in different directions. So my share for this apartment is $1,550 per month or $350 per week. If you guys want an apartment tour, let me know in the comment down below and let's move on. As part of our lease agreement, we need to have property insurance on this unit at all times. This is also known as tenant insurance. We pay $314 per year. My boyfriend and I again share this apartment equally, so dividing $314 by 52 weeks and split by 2 people come out to $3.02 per week. Now let's talk about car costs. I have 2 regular expenses for my car insurance and gas. Car insurance is quite expensive in a city like Toronto for young drivers. I do bundle my tenant insurance and my car insurance together for 15% off on each one. But even with this discount, my car insurance for the year still comes out to $1,910 per year, or $36.73 per week. Arguably, you don't need a car living downtown Toronto, but that's a topic for another day. My car also isn't the most fuel efficient, but I don't take it very far or take it out very often. I would say I get gas more than once a month, so maybe 3 times every 2 months. And depending on the gas prices, it costs between $80 to $100 per tank. So let's go with $90 per tank. Per week, my gas expense is $30.48. Now for utilities, water is included in our rent. For the past 3 apartments I lived in at different locations in Toronto, I believe they were all paid by the landlord. But we do pay for electricity and internet. Electricity varies by the season, but it averages around $70 for the both of us. My share per week is $7.90, which is not too bad considering half the year in Toronto is winter. And I work from home most of the time. My boyfriend works from home on some days. It's really important for us to have really good and fast, secure internet connection. So we have fiber internet with unlimited gigabytes for $56.50 per month. Per person per week, that is $6.38. Last but not least, phone plans in Canada are a lot more expensive than they are in the US. It has gotten a bit better in the past few years, I would say, but for 15 gig per month of data, I pay $50.85 for the month, and that is $11.48 per week. I don't pay for any subscriptions. I'm on the family plan for Spotify and Netflix, and my boyfriend is generously sponsoring Costco and Amazon Prime. I'm pretty happy about that. So The grand total for this week is $696.12. I would say overall this is a pretty accurate portrait of what I spent in a week living in Toronto. This number does not surprise me and everything checks out. It is certainly expensive, but that does come with the cost of urban living. And being in a city like Toronto does provide a lot of value to me at this stage in my life. Toronto is growing into a big tech hub, but it's not quite like New York City or the Silicon Valley yet. Compensation is a lot less competitive, but it does align somewhat with the cost of living here and certainly provides a more than comfortable lifestyle. I make sure that I also prioritize my saving goals by auto-deducting a portion of my income to other accounts every month. This is another video, guys. If you made it this far, make sure you also click the like button as that helps my channel out a lot. And let me know what you think in the comment box below and how you spent money differently, and I'll see you in the next video.